Hello, and welcome back to Spittin' Sports with Lamar. I am Casey Lamar, and I'm coming at you from the 256. Today, this will be my NFL predictions for Week 17 of the 2018-2019 season. But before the picks, last week, Week 16, I went 11-5. That put me at 148-92 for the season. Again, the picks were done straight up this season. I believe I'll be going to picking against the spread, the points next season. But Week 17, we'll be doing like we have been straight up. So let's get to it. The first game on the list here, you got the Dolphins at the Bills. Bills have a very good defense. They're ranked second in the league. The Dolphins are pretty much ranked 30th at everything except for their rushing attack. Both teams obviously aren't going to the playoffs. But Bills at home, Dolphins so inconsistent. I'll go with the Bills to take out the Miami Dolphins and end the season at 6-10 on a high note on Sunday. The next game is the Falcons at the Buccaneers, another game of two non-playoff teams. The Falcons, they were at 4-9. They're 6-9 now. I expect them to get to 7-9. Obviously, not a great season for either team. The Falcons were at one point considered to possibly be Super Bowl favorites, and that just never happened. Too many injuries, defense fell apart, so things didn't go the way. But I expect them to end the season on a high note and beat the Buccaneers. The next team, you got the NFC East champion Dallas Cowboys at the New York Giants. I expect a close game overall, but I expect the Cowboys to pull out a close one over the Giants. Next, you have the Panthers at the Saints. Panthers, epic fall apart, 7 in a row in the losing column. The Saints locked up home field advantage, number 1 seed in the NFC, and best record in football at this point. I believe the Saints, I expect them to win another game. I believe that'll put them at 14-2 on the season. The Saints have been phenomenal all season long. I expect them to keep moving forward, going to the playoffs, beat the Panthers in the final game. Next, you have the Jets at the Patriots. Patriots have not lost a game at home. I don't expect them to lose this game to a team tied for the worst record in the AFC. The Patriots, I expect them to beat the Jets. Give me New England to win their season finale. Next, you have the Jaguars at the Texans. This game does have implications for the AFC South champion. Say the Texans lose and the Titans or Colts win. The winner of they play each other. Whichever wins that game, I believe, wins the division if the Texans lose. The Jaguars, though, if they had any motivation, they could go out and do that, but they gave up a long time ago. Texans at home knock off the Jags, I believe, pretty easily, and cruise on to the playoffs in the 3 spot. Next, you got the Lions at the Packers. 2 non-playoff teams, non-factor game. Packers good at home. Packers beat the Lions, in my opinion. Give me Green Bay. Next, the Eagles at the Redskins. Eagles must win to have a chance at the playoffs. The Redskins lost their chance to try to make the playoffs last week. I do expect the Eagles to win this football game and keep their hopes alive of creeping into the playoffs. Give me the Eagles over the Redskins. Next, you got the Chargers at the Broncos. This has implications for the number 1 seed. I believe the Chargers will win at Denver. Denver is another team that looks like they have given up. Give me the LA Chargers. Scroll down here. The next game on the list is the Raiders. At the Chiefs, which number 1 seed implications. But the Chiefs, I expect them to run the Raiders out of Arrowhead Stadium. So that will put the Chiefs in the 1 seed and the Chargers in the 5. That's the way I believe it'll turn out. So give me the Chiefs over the Raiders and to lock up the number 1 spot. Next, you have Bears at the Vikings. This is the game that the Eagles will be watching or keeping an eye on as an organization. The Bears, they still have a chance to grab the 2 seed with a Rams loss. The Vikings, they lose. They face being eliminated if the Eagles win on Sunday. I expect a very close game between the Bears and Vikings. They both have something to play for. It's in Minnesota. Both top 5 defenses, both phenomenal defenses. But I expect the Vikings in a nail biter of a game. Just one of the best games of the season. I expect it to be a really good football game, and I expect it to eliminate the defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles from playoffs. Give me the Vikings in a very close game over the Bears, and that will put the Vikings in at the 6, and the Bears will lock up the 3 spot in the NFC. Next, you have the Browns at the Ravens. I expect this to be a phenomenal game as well. Ravens number 1 defense. The Browns offense has been playing phenomenal as of late. 5 out of 6, 6 out of 7, something like that. They're at 500 on the season. That's nuts to think about where the Browns were a season ago for them to go 500 and possibly have a winning record to end this season. The Ravens, they currently lead the NFC North. This game's at home for them. They have to win. They don't have to win, but they really need to win and know that they need to win. They're one of the top teams in rushing, one of the number 1 defense in the league in defense. I expect the Ravens in a close game. I expect it to be a good game, but the Ravens know what they have to do to ensure that they're in the playoffs and win their division. I expect the Ravens to pull out a close game over the Browns. But the Browns, those couple of games at the beginning of the year, they would win this division this season if they could have got back a couple of bad calls and missed field goals. But that's just how it happens. Give me the Ravens over the Browns. Next is the 49ers at the Rams. The Rams at home against the 49ers. Cake. Easy game. I expect the Rams to win this game rather easily and lock up the number 2 seed in a bye in the NFC playoffs. I expect the Rams to lock up the 2 seed there. And with the previous game, I expect the Ravens to lock up the 4 seed in the AFC. Next, you got the Bengals at the Steelers. Steelers must win, and they need a Ravens loss, and they need a Colts and Titans tie to make it to the playoffs. I do expect the Steelers to win, but like I said, the Ravens, I expect them to win as well. I expect the Ravens to lock up the division. The Steelers, I expect they will win, but obviously I don't think the Colts and Titans are going to tie, so I think the Steelers are eliminated. Next, the Cardinals at the Seahawks. The Cardinals are the worst team in the league. They're going to lock up the number 1 pick after this game. Seahawks are already locked into the playoffs and the 5 spot in the NFC. I don't believe that can change. I believe that they will be the 5, but they are locked into the playoffs regardless. And the Seahawks, I expect them to win easily at home over the Cardinals. And then one of the biggest regular season games, just because of the implications on Sunday Night Football. The final game, game 256, 256, to finish off the season will be the Indianapolis Colts at the Tennessee Titans on Sunday Night Football in Tennessee, obviously. I expect a good game. The Titans have never beaten Andrew Luck. They're 0-10 against Andrew Luck. It's going to be a great game. The Titans' defense is great. The Colts, they don't have a bad defense either. Their offense is really good. Has been on fire. The last half of the season just been absolutely crazy good. The Titans, they've just stepped up on defense and started feeding Derrick Henry. It makes you question what took him so long to start doing so. Mariota, still don't know his status for this game, but I think there's a possibility of rain. I think the Titans ride Derrick Henry again at home, and I think the Tennessee Titans grab the last playoff spot. It's the only game I expect to make any changes in the playoffs with regards to seeding and teams. I expect the Titans to take over that spot from the Colts and go on to the playoffs for the second straight year as the 6th seed in the AFC. That game's going to be a lot of energy there in Nashville. Going to be a great game to watch. Can't wait to watch it myself. But it would not surprise me if the Colts win, obviously. Titans have never beaten Andrew Luck. I expect them to step up and finally do that for once. To make it 1-10 all time. I believe it is. It's just a crazy stat. Tennessee has never beaten Andrew Luck. They struggle with the Colts and good quarterbacks. But I expect them to finally beat Andrew Luck and go ahead into the AFC playoffs once again this season. But that is it. That's all That's all picks, all 16 games for Week 17, the final weekend of the season, final week of the season. It's been fun picking these games for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed watching my picks. And go ahead and let me know what you're looking for this final week of the season. Who you expect to make the playoffs, who you're looking at, those kind of things. But don't forget to leave a like, share the content, and subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this and more. Next week I will do a video talking about the wild card matchups and my predictions for those, of course, for the playoffs. But until then, this has been Spittin' Sports with Lamar. I am Casey Lamar. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.